What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It is Lamar from the Real World Asset Watch List. It's been a big week for crypto, and a lot of cryptos look like they are set up for a massive comeback. So in today's video, we're going to look into some cryptos that all of you need to keep on your watch list. But let's start with how far we are from the all-time highs, guys. Listen, if you're not following the Twitter already, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you're missing out. Now, so far, Bitcoin's only 13% from the all-time high. ETH, 62%, Sol, 49%. And you've got some of our other favorites on here, like Ondo, XRP, Link, all still quite away from the all-time high. Does that mean it's massive opportunity right now, or are they ever going to reach the all-time highs again? I think we're in for a treat over the coming months, and narratives are lining up perfectly, and we may be coming up to one of the last dip buying opportunities of the cycle. Now, while we do say that, I want to get your attention on the Bitcoin chart, and we actually are at a massive level of resistance right now. In this resistance zone, we expect some consolidations or some pullbacks, and if we do get a pullback, guys, it could bring us all the way down to around 88k over the coming week, and that would result in a dump of around 6%. Now, why could this be a little bit challenging for our altcoins? Well, that is because Bitcoin dominance is still at 65%, guys. And if we do break out from this wedge pattern, then, guys, we could be nearly at 65.2%. Okay, so what we really want to see is on the daily, this structure to fall. However, usually these falling wedges do result to the upside. Now, if we do get 65%, again, we'd want to be trying to target right down here at around 61%, which is going to be a near 10% dump for Bitcoin dominant, which is going to be around a 5% dump for Bitcoin dominance. And if we can fail this structure, maybe we have one final push to around 63%, then roll over, we can target around 57% for Bitcoin dominance. And until we are this low, guys, every single time that Bitcoin does decide it wants to have a consolidation or it wants to have a pullback, then altcoins, you know, if we're dumping down around 6% here, altcoins probably going to double or triple that dump. But right now, when you do look at the total three, we're coming up to a very key level of resistance. Now, we've been looking at this 820 billion mark for a very long time, guys, and we finally hit it. What we'd like to see is the weekly now close above, and you can see on the weekly we're actually closing above 664 billion, which actually marked the bottom of this falling wedge, and it actually was a touch of the 100 MA. So we could be starting to see our first green weekly candles out of this falling wedge, guys. We would like to see closes right above around 814 billion, which is going to be this previous level of resistance. But really, we can say from the top of the wick all the way here is going to be a big resistance zone. The total three, once we can break this, it is really go time. And something that also is looking very bullish for a lot of our other altcoins, guys, is going to be the others dominance. Now, the others dominance has been going down for a very long time, but you can see here on the daily chart, we have actually broken out of this descending level of resistance. We now need to break 8.61%. And once we can break that, guys, maybe we find a little bit of resistance here. It would be very, very likely we find resistance at around 8.61%. Come back down, maybe have a retest of these lows, and then we can result to more upside. Now, one thing to pay attention on is the fact that total DeFi TVL has exceeded 100 billion for the first time since March. Stablecoins, DEX volumes, perp volumes, all on the up right now, guys, and up 2% over the past 24 hours. So 100 billion, and everyone's saying that we're in a bear market. Is DeFi making a comeback? Is utility season around the corner? We saw a lot of people get overhyped with memes, but when we do look closer at this chart, it does look like our top utility plays, whether that be AI, L1, L2, RWAs, they could be making a comeback. And if Bitcoin does want to continue this inverse head and shoulders breakout pattern, we'll be going to around 125k for Bitcoin. We've got targets on the channel between 120, 130k for the next leg up, guys. And if Bitcoin dominance does fall, Bitcoin continues to push up, we do get a utility season, then you best believe you better be in on our top utility picks. Now, some picks that you guys may want to keep your eyes on are going to be some of the top RWA plays. You can see we're still down 10% on the total market cap over the past 30 days. And if you do look all time, you know, we were nearly at 80 billion. We're now 50% on a discount, guys. So Chainlink is one that is looking absolutely fantastic. Currently only $14.50. Now coming up to a very key level of resistance. If we can break $15.50 and then break out of this descending level of resistance, then we're going to be having a go time all the way to $38. But if we do reject here, then we've got our buy zone starting at around $11. Okay, every single time we've been in this $11, so $3.90, which was the bear market low, probably not going to get that again, all the way to $11. A great pickup zone. You saw it was a massive level of accumulation in the summer to late summer of last year. We had a massive rally up, pullback, which is very healthy, and we've held higher lows. Now I do think like Chainlink looks like it is ready to go. Ondo is another one that has shown impressive strength over the past week, currently a $3 billion market cap, up 15% over the past 7 days. And Ondo is one step ahead of Chainlink. We had our reaccumulation at the lows between 70 cents and 90 cents. We've had the breakout of the falling wedge. It now looks like we're finding resistance at the 100-day MA before we do start to rally again, guys. For Ondo's next move, it's going to be a monster move, I do believe. We're having BlackRock use them for real world tokenization. Guys, we got the 0618 at $1.58, which is 58% up from where we are today, and the 1618 target at around $3.05. We could have a blow off top all the way up to around $7. So Ondo is one that you should definitely not be fading, and it's one of the most strong, and it's one of the strongest coins that has been performing over the past week. Even coins like RSR had a massive pullback and are now up nearly 30% on the month. RSR has been holding higher lows for the past year now, guys. So you've had massive pushes up, even bigger pulls down. But the main thing is that we are holding this ascending level of support here, guys. And we could be targeting around 2 cents, maybe even higher for the next leg. And you can see with RSR, we do get much more violent swings, guys. So RSR is in the portfolio and it actually has broken above the 100-day MA. So if we do get a pullback to the 100-day MA at around an 80% of 1 cent, then that can be a massive pickup area and it will be a massive level of support for RSR. That is another one that all of you guys should be keeping on your watch list. Anywhere in this red zone here is a pickup zone. And then even things like AVAX, guys. AVAX has broken out on the shorter term time frame, currently finding resistance underneath the 100 MA. So we need to be keeping a close eye on these coins that haven't moved. A lot of people are going to be super focusing on things like SUI, which pumped like 70% last week. But there are so many more coins that have great fundamentals that are still underneath their 100 MAs and are still yet to break out. I mean, you look at AVAX on a larger time frame and this thing looks poised for at least a move to $40 over the coming weeks and months. And if we do get a larger breakout, Bitcoin dominance does fall and then we see the total 3 and others dominance start to increase, then we could be targeting the all-time highs, guys, which is going to be a 7x from today's prices. So there are so many opportunities in the market, and in the next video I'm going to give you a full list of our portfolio on the channel. So if you want that, you better be subscribed. But that's it, guys. I do think a pullback is on the way next week for a lot of our altcoins if Bitcoin decides it does want to find resistance at 94k. But until then, we stay strong, we hold on. Congrats to everybody who's been holding over the past week. Let us know what coins you want to cover in the next video. We're going to see you next week, guys. Take care.